That's right. So good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to week 2 of GST302 business creation and growth. Last week we had gone over the course page. I'm sure most of you remember what we did. What did they call it? The recording is on our it's on the WhatsApp though. No, not WhatsApp, sorry, I'm sorry. In the e-learn platform, the recording is there. So you can actually go back to watch it. So this week I said that we're going to do the business plan. I sent an email telling everyone to go over there are certain context, certain materials that I put up for the business plan. I'm hoping that you've actually gone through it at least, so that we come here and we have a discussion, not me going over it again. What concerns you have? I will go over certain aspects you need to take note of. So how many of you have actually gone through, especially the templates, because the template is there as well. I don't want us to start going it over again, quite a lot. If you have certain questions and things like that, so you can take them as well. Business plan is quite long. I can briefly talk about what the business plan is, define it for you. It's basically the written document with all your goals, goals for your business, how you want to attain them, and the framework itself. Let me share my screen for you. I don't know if everybody can. I think it's quite small. Let me expand it. Okay, can we see my screen properly? I think so. One person can just indicate. You can see my screen.
Yes, I can.
Okay, all right, thank you. So this is the definition of a business plan. It's basically a formal written document that contains your goals, methods of attaining those goals, and the time frame for the achievement of those goals. Now, the business plan has different sections to it. The first being the executive summary. Then you now have your mission statement, company background, product description. Product description can be under the marketing plan or marketing strategy, where you have your other the 4 P's in marketing. I'm sure based on your marketing courses, or for those that are not aware, there are 4 P's in marketing. It's your products, your price, your place, and then promotion. Then you now have your competitor analysis and SWOT analysis. That's basically your market analysis though. Operations, financial planning, and then the timeline of how you want to execute the business plan. So the first thing is your executive summary. Executive summary is essentially you're summarizing the whole work. It's something you do at the end of when you finish writing the business plan. It contains the name of your company, your location, the mission, description of your company, including management, advisors, your brief history, objectives and target market, your product or service, it depends on what you're offering, marketing and sales strategy, competitive analysis, financial plan or funding and budget, and then the management plan and implementation. As I said, this briefly should be no more than 1 page. What's the executive summary should contain. So the next thing is your business status overview or your company overview. We're asking what, basically briefly tell us what your company is about. and what your company history is. It can be a brief backstory, maybe when the date it was founded, who was involved, management team. If you're a group, all of you can write it. If it's just you, indicate it as well. But then you also need to indicate other roles that you need people to handle as well. You now have legal structure. Please, let's try and mute our microphones. Please. I don't want to force mute everybody. That's why. This is not listening to me. I don't know who's unmuted currently, so I need to mute, find the person. Rashid Bellu. So you have your legal structure. If maybe you're a partnership with other people, you tell us, some people will register their own with CAC, their businesses. How are you going to share the shares amongst yourselves? Then what are the locations and facilities? And then if you actually have that as well, and then what your mission statement is. So that's what your business status overview. Just tell you. So the next thing, can we put down our questions so that when I get to a certain point, I will ask, you can ask your questions. Now, the next thing is stating who your target market is. Now, target market is, there are two aspects of it. You have your segmentation and your positioning. Segmentation is where you're narrowing down. Okay, segmentation is divided into like 4. The first thing is your demographic, where you're selecting who your target market based on maybe their age, their gender, education, and religion. It's not all products that you will do that for, but age and gender most likely, or age in particular. It's always good if you narrow them down according to their age and gender. It helps you to know how you position yourself. The next is geographic. Everybody does geographic positioning. There's no how. What area are they in? Is it maybe a certain place in Abuja? It can just be only Maitama and Asokoro you want to target. When in Lagos, it can only be Victoria Island and Ikoyi. It may not be everywhere. It can be a whole state. It can be a whole country. It can be the whole continent as well. So you just narrow it and you're just putting it down. And behavioral is where you are now, this is where you now become very specific. Are you going to segment your market according to how much they use your product? Let's say, for example, bottled water, obviously is usage level. You want people that drink, everybody drinks water. Loyalty as well. Maybe you want to, okay, for example, I can say, let me use Mercedes as an example. They probably have loyalty programs for their most VVIP clients. So maybe they have a certain product, a certain type of car or luxurious, a higher grade car they want to bring out. They will target it to that particular group of people. So when they are doing their own documentation, is that okay with this particular car for these certain loyal customers that we have? So is that what you want? That's what they're asking you indicate. Then consumption status too. Do they consume it consistently? If that's how you want to target your customers, you can. Then for people that are ready to buy as well, and then how their attitude is towards the product. So that's what behavioral segmentation is narrowing down the people's behaviors towards that product. You are just trying to say, okay, this certain group of people, this is how they react to my product. This is why I'm targeting them. So you just indicate it after you've done demographic and geographic. The next thing is the psychographic segmentation. You know, as I said, it's not every part of it that you may use, but demographic, yes, and geographic type of segmentation. The whole point of target market is you're telling us who is going to buy your product, who you want to buy your product. That's just it. Let me use, who will I use an example? Let's say you are selling people like Peak Milk now. Their target market is mothers, maybe from age, let's say 21 to 50. You see, they've narrowed it down. Education status doesn't necessarily matter. The location can be the whole country. They are targeting everybody. And behavioral, it can be people that consume it consistently. So when they're doing their adverts and things like that, they know who they're going to target. Then you have psychographic. Some companies use that, maybe social class, lifestyle, personality. These were companies like Mercedes and things like that. They know how they target those people. People that they have high-end lifestyle or certain personalities as well. So it's just you finding what works for you, for your business. Then the other thing is positioning. How do you want to position your brand? Is it as a high-end product, or is it something that everybody can actually buy? It just depends on you. Does anybody have any questions before I go far, please? Do you have any questions so that we take them before I go far?
Yes, I have a question.
Go ahead, please.
The demographic and the psychographic, are we going to use both of them in considering the target market, or we're using
every
one?
time? No, it's not everybody that will use that. It's just you narrowing it down. For example, if you are somebody that's maybe is catfish or selling, we don't necessarily use psychographic now. No. Your one is just your demographic and geographic is what you're focused on. You're saying, oh, okay, this is the age and the gender I'm after. This is the type of people, this is the area that I'm targeting. Behavioral, yes, because you're trying to find people that consistently buy the product itself. So what type of behavioral consumption status matters for your type of product. So it's not all of them that you will use. You can just pick the ones that you feel apply to your product and how you actually target who you want to buy your product to, based on that. So,
but I want to find out, for someone who has not been in business before now, who
yes.
for the purpose of this course and now think of going into business, how can that person be able to determine all of those things easily?
If you've not been in business before and you want to enter,
yes,
how do you determine them?
yes,
That's where this is where market research comes in. You know, for every product in the world, you have a competitor. There's no how. There's no how you will not have somebody that is competing with you. Is it not true?
Yeah, it's true.
There's no how. So when you do your market research, you are bound to find out who exactly your customer is. So you understand what I'm saying? You find them. There's no how. You are bound to find who your customers are. So that's the thing.
Thank you.
So based off of other based off of other companies, what they've done and who they are targeting, that's similar to your product or that sell the same thing as you, you are able to know how you target them. Amy, do you have a question?
No, not a question, but a contribution to the last question.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, my contribution to the last question that the lady asked, that even when one may be a newcomer into the market, it is still possible because this product is my own product. So without being told, I should know that I am producing a particular item. What is the lifestyle of this person I'm producing these items for? What is their personality? I cannot be producing toy and I expect adults of the higher class to patronize me. That is my contribution.
Yeah, I think he's right. So you just know who you are going to narrow your target to. Now it also helps you save costs. Targeting your customers will help you save costs. Not that you're just marketing to everybody and selling. It also helps you narrow down which avenues you are going to. Sorry, give me 1 minute, please. Sorry about that. So, as I said, it helps you narrow down for business. You know which mediums to even use to advertise your product. You know how you do your advert. You know where to actually go to sell those products itself. You not just go everywhere and say, I'm just going, whatever happens. I'm just spending so much money. So that's the whole point of targeting. It helps, as I said, save costs for you. Now, the next thing is market analysis. There's also opportunities and threats. What people do here is the strength. The first thing is state skills or expertise that you have. It can be financial resources. So you may actually have the money. Maybe your product is different. It may be a unique selling point you have. It can be maybe collaborations you have. Just state it, and then how you actually want to use it. You can just state your strength, but you may not necessarily state how you want to use it properly. But as I said, what makes your, what do you call it, your products different. Weaknesses, you are always advised to acknowledge those weaknesses. Yes, some people may not have the money, some people may have, the product is untested, the brand may be weak. No problem, indicate it, but then you now have to write it in a way that, this is how you want to reduce it. Not just writing this is your weakness, you acknowledge it. How do you now want to reduce it? Stating that to allow the investor, whoever is reading, know that, okay, this person knows, has acknowledged this weakness, but actually has plans to reduce it. The next, opportunities and threats. There are plenty of opportunities in the market. They can be political, they can be economic, social, technological, and in the physical environment as well. It's just how do you want to exploit those opportunities? The last thing is that the threats, what things will threaten your business. Is from this pestle that is on top, the environmental factors, that they are bound to affect your business, but you have to state also how you want to reduce it. Now, another thing you need to add, and sorry I didn't indicate here, but will indicate it, is a competitor analysis. Who are your competitors? State them, what is the price? How much are they selling the products and service? So that's what they are asking for from you. So next, does anybody have any questions? Sorry, marketing strategy. Okay. Divided into 4 parts. You have your product, you have your service, then you have your product or service that you are selling. So you're just stating what the product is, how will customers, the number of times you think you can offer it, things like that. Just highlighting it, then the pricing. How are you going to price it? That okay, higher than the other adding. That's where your strength come in. You're selling yourself. You also now have the next thing is your place distribution. Are you going to have a store that you want to set up to sell the product for service, or are you going to use other people to sell it for you? Most people have retailers, but some people have their own, or maybe it's from home that you want to do it. Now, I want you to note that this place and distribution is divided into 2. There's the location of where you want to sell your product, and there's also the distribution channel. Distribution channel means maybe you want to sell, let's say sell through, indicate it as well. Describe it to us, we want to know. Are you going to sell through an e-commerce first? We want videos of that, or how, this is important, how do you want to sell your product? How do you want to attract customers to buy your product or services? That's what they are asking. Are you going to use newspapers, the social media? Social media is the cheapest one now. Most people use them. Or let us say the internet essentially. Let me just not narrow it down to social media. Because the internet, the search engine optimization, you can use, have a website. Websites, you have to pay. The social media that is cheap. So just find your billboard. They're kind of outdated. Remember I mentioned it. Wherever your target put it in certain places. For example, now, can we mute the microphone, please? Sunday, please mute the microphone. Thank you. Somebody that. So just think about it. That's what they're asking. There are certain products that you have that you know that, let's say you want to sell video games. You won't go to newspaper and advertise it now. No. You will use social media, you use YouTube. Well, I know Twitter is still banned, but still there's Facebook, there is Instagram. You're going to use those mediums where you find young people that play these games. You will find different forums online that act as actual that gamers use. That's just an example. If for ladies now, maybe, or generally it's cake you want to sell, you use social media, places like Instagram to sell it. There's Pinterest. Instagram is visual. You can take pictures and put it up. Facebook as well. There are so many groups you can join that you can actually sell your products. So you have to know who you're targeting, know what type of medium you want to use. So that's what they are asked question before we go. Sorry, the competitive analysis that in the template is correct, so you can correct it. You now have a competitive analysis. This is where you analyze who your competitors are. How much are they selling their products? Now, the way it works now, most people have two types of competitors. You have direct and indirect. Your direct competitors are basically those people that sell the same type of product with you. For example, I can be a catfish seller. A direct competitor is somebody that sells catfish. It can be somebody around your area, people in the market, things like that. Indirect competitors are now people that sell, it's still fish, but maybe tilapia, it may be crab, it may be shrimp. They are the indirect. So we want to know who those people are, what their prices is, where the location, where they are located at. So you compare it with your own pricing and say, yes, so their price is this. So for me, this is what I'm going to put it, and I know this will be successful. So that's what that's what the competitive analysis. They are analyzing your other competitors who you are competing with. So now to put in the chat box, I think I'm talking too fast. Let me slow down. Somebody asked in the business plan, executive summary is quite useful. Yes. You can raise your electronic hand if you have a question. Sunday, you've been raising it since I don't know if you have any question. You can unmute your microphone. Okay, maybe it's not ready. Jude, you have a question?
Yes,
unmute your microphone, please.
Good afternoon, madam.
Please, if you want to speak, don't unmute until I call you. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead. I can hear you.
Okay. Please, I would like you to throw more light on strengths and weaknesses.
Okay. Your strength and weaknesses is the strength and weakness of your own company. What do you think? How strong are you in terms of, maybe you have, for strength now, you may have certain people that are working for you. So let me mute your microphone, it's loud. For example, now, they are asking you to tell them maybe your products can be yours. What makes you unique? That's the strength. Another strength can be the price you want to put. It may be cheaper, or it may actually be on par with your competitors, but customers will get value for their money. What value will they get? Those are the strengths they are after. Your strength can be financial as well. So you probably have money to finance everything. Or you probably have staff that can help you get the company to where you need it to be. So those are your strengths. We want you to tell us what is making your own company different. Now, the next thing is weaknesses. What are the bad aspects of your business? People can be money still, not necessarily be money, but it can be other things. It can be lack of staff. It can be product that people don't know, or your brand they don't know it well. things like that. That's what we are asking for. I don't know if I answered your question though. I wanted to go through this first, and then there's something I need to talk to you about first. So let me just go through the last part, is your presentation, so that you have an idea of what it is that is required of you. So those with the questions, just hold on. I will take your questions too. The next thing is management plan. It's basically, who are your staff members? Who do you need for your business? It may not be everybody that is stated here. It may be a brief exactly you require. Yeah, so that's what we're asking for essentially. State who you need. Just have a small structure in place, organizational structure. In the main, in the template for the business plan, I've indicated it there as well, so you can go through it. The next thing is your financial plan. In the obvious, also in the business plan template is explained properly. So I'm just going through this. I don't want to forecast, budget, cash flow, income, your balance sheet, and break-even analysis. They will ask you break-even during your presentation. Break-even is, most people use like after 6 months or so. Sorry, Joe, can you mute? After 6 months, so you'll be asked these questions. That's what I'm saying. In the main business, it is there. If any questions, we can still do them next week, Saturday. Though. So you need a timeline. This is a sample of your Gantt chart. So you actually need a timeline on when you want to implement everything. The tasks, it depends just for the whole year. This one is not up to a year. It stops at July for the so you understand, from January to December, or in your case, it can be from October to October next year. So then the last thing is implementation. They are asking you to, maybe you can develop it. How do you want to implement the business, to monitor them? Some people have certain monitoring system. It can be, Gantt chart is a method of monitoring as well. You are coordinating your marketing plan. Okay, this is how I want to do it. This is how I want to do my promotional campaign. Things like that. It's just monitoring every aspect of it. Just indicates it to us. So yeah, so I just wanted to go over it briefly for those that may have not read the business plan. Now, what I want to do now, if anybody has questions, we can take them now. Then I will discuss what is actually expected of you. The business plan can be, 10 to 15 pages is fine. Hopefully it doesn't pages. It has to be straight to the point, not too long. Most investors will not want to look at anything passes that amount. 10. It's like, what is this one? Try and limit it. For those that cannot hear, is a recording. You can come back and watch it subsequently. The last one, so you can see there. So I think we have Sunday. You've raised your hand. You have a question? Maybe you don't. Now, I'm sure you're well aware you have been given your business plan or a business ideas has to revolve around SDGs. That is those sustainable development goals, basically. Now, there are certain areas that you can work with. It can actually, yes, what I can say can be big, but you will find something under it. You'll find that whatever business idea you have will still be under it. The first thing is agriculture. Most of us will be obviously inside. Some of us, our products can be under agriculture as well. The next thing is, well, biotechnology. The reason why I'm saying that, that's one. It seems big, but just know that it carries different aspects. Biotechnology can be in terms of production. It can be in crop production. It can be in the healthcare, medical, marine. It depends on your sector. I know we have the large different types of students from different faculties. So you have that option too. Maybe you have a certain idea in terms of in the medical field, you can do that. You can have one in terms of environmental and crop production. You can as well work on that as well. You can also have probably products in terms of, it can have something to do with marine life. It depends on you. So that is one area. Another area is on green education in terms of maybe green education whereby you can have a product that it can be in the transportation sector, it can be in what they call, let me say, electronics, waste recycling, pollution prevention, things like that. Now, your product as well can be under it. You can say that, okay, I have this particular product, but the things my practices are environmentally friendly. So it kind of covers it. When it's a product or service, you can still say this. Maybe you want to sell water, so the packaging you want to use will be environmentally friendly. So those are the things that I'm sure they're giving you already, but that's what we're asking for. Another aspect is ICT. Your products too, or whatever product or service you want to, a business idea you have can come under that. There's no how it will come under it at one point. The other thing is you have integrated science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Now, what these are is just, as I said, depending on your sector, wherever faculty in what program you are, there's something for everybody. One of you may want to do case, some of you may want to do water, you may want to do hair. It still falls under it. It's just you defending it that, okay, well, it's a particular problem you've seen and you want to resolve it. You need to remember, most products or services, most business people go into certain businesses because they've seen a problem that they want to resolve. I want you to have that at the back of your mind. Not that you just think, oh, I can make money. Yes, on most people's purpose for doing things is money, but still think about how it can actually help the environment. That's where we're after. That's what we want you to go into. So you have to defend whatever it is, product or service you want to sell. You need to defend them with this particular SDGs I mentioned. And I think your incubation centers or your study center should have given you an idea of this or actually educated you on it. Your presentations is for 10 minutes. 15 minutes is for questions and answers after. So the things that you will be asked, or generally you should have, remember the first thing I said, you'll be asked if it's a problem that you're trying to resolve. Sorry, there are people that are muting their microphones. I don't know. Grace, and there are two Graces. There's one Ulu. Please help me to help you. Thank you. So, what areas is your business trying to resolve? how they will also ask you obviously of your mission and vision statements, your objectives. Please remember you need to indicate your business objectives also under the business overview. That's what we did earlier. What stage is your idea generation though? Now, somebody is asking, can someone present two different business plans? I don't know. It's only one business plan you're uploading and submitting. So, what stage is your business in? For those that are into food or certain things, you can bring samples. They help. It helps with your mark. They like it as well. The examiners like if you bring a sample. If you cannot, it's fine, but make sure you defend your work to the team. Now, if you're not able to bring it, you explain to them what level of production you're in, or what stage you're in. You may just be early, you're still testing the market. You will be asked those questions. Then your organizational structure too, you will be asked, what skills do you need in your business? Some companies don't need a lot of people on their team. Some need a lot. Why do you need them? Market analysis. Remember I mentioned it. What are the strengths of your business and even your staff as well? What opportunities are there for you to be better though, or to expand your business? Then financial analysis, you'll be asked what your fixed cost is, your working capital components. Now, working capital is it surrounds your fixed cost in terms of there are certain things that you will need or you work on every single day, or you need money for. Your running cost essentially is your working capital. For example, let's say running your generator, you have your staff salaries as well. It's under you have staff salary you and send it. I'll upload it there. Your break-even analysis and points, you will be asked. You'll be asked how you want to maximize your income, reduce costs as well. How do you intend, okay, what do you think you will make this year? What profit will you make? How will you put it back into the business? So these are key questions that will be asked of you. And I want you to, as I said, you can come back and watch the recording. You remember everything I said. I'm sure I spoke very fast, but yeah. Does anybody have any questions that we can go over?
Yes, ma'am. I have.
Yeah, go over.
Okay, for those into selling of clothes, let's say fashion, should we fashion business plan or teach?
What did you say?
For those
Sorry.
into business, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
What did you
I
say?
say for
Can you
those
say it
into
again?
fashion, for those into
Yes.
fashion, like selling of clothes, when you're writing a business plan, are you writing a business plan for fashion, or you say a boutique business plan?
You want to sell clothes, that's your after. Yeah, but I want you to have in mind the
Yes,
SDGs,
those
those
into
sustainable
fashion.
development goals. I know you want to sell clothes, Abby. You want to sell clothes through a boutique. Is that what you're asking?
Yes, yes.
As I'm saying, whatever it is you're doing, is it a problem you're actually solving, or you just want to sell clothes?
It's a
Who is
problem
your
now. The
market?
problem of nakedness.
No. The reason why I'm saying that is the market's already saturated for you. So many people sell clothes. If it's food, I can understand, but then the food is maybe green energy though. You're being more environmentally friendly with the type of or how you want to produce the food. With clothes, everybody is, there are so many people selling it. Now you just have a lot of companies that are going to sell it, they're going to sell products that or clothes that are more environmentally friendly. And I know at this point, do you have the technology for that? Sarah. Sarah, yeah.
You
Can you
can
hear
use
me?
a little technology. I can hear you.
I'm just trying to let you know what's expected of you so that you don't do a different type of business. And then when you get your presentation, they're asking you that why is this? Why are you using this? And how exactly is this sustainable or good for us as a whole? I say your market is saturated. It's plenty. It's not small. Is it a particular type of clothes you want to sell? Also, that
Like,
matters.
like I'm actually into it, like a clothing line. You understand? Dealers of all kinds of females and male clothes and accessories.
So maybe
So I
how you
was
would write it, how you would do it, is you kind of maybe your practices though, how you want to practice in terms of how you are sewing the clothes, how you are selling it, how you treat your employees. Try and make it that you are being, is it ethical, will I say it? But as I said, communicate with your center. They must have given you those SDGs right now, probably, or this week, so that you know what is expected of you. I don't want you to do this particular company, and then we fall into problem during presentation. I want everybody to get good. That's the thing. So I would advise, speak to your coordinators as well, so that you know.
Thank you.
Patience, you have a question? You can unmute your microphone.
Good afternoon, ma'am. My question is, this presentation, must it be physical or it can be visual too?
There are two options. There's physical and then there's virtual. But see, the virtual depends on your study center, please.
Okay,
I
thank you,
don't
ma'am.
tell you that. Yeah, communicate to your center first.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Peter, do you have a question? You can unmute your microphone.
I'm
Yes,
trying.
ma'am.
I hear you now.
Okay, ma. Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon.
I want to ask if the number of pages for the business plan, what would be the ideal? 5 pages, 10 pages, 15 or 20? Then how soon are we expected?
You'll be communicated to, you'll let you know when you have to upload, when it's open to start uploading your business now, when the presentations are as well.
Then the next problem I have, madam, is that they send me a mail from the South zone for the facilitating, and they have chosen Tuesdays and I think Tuesdays and Thursdays. And on the second day, I have another program at that same hour, the same facilitation. So please, what can I do in that case?
I think communicate with your center now. You know me, I'm in charge of GST courses. I can tell you when it comes to GST. When it comes to other is it your faculty courses that is clashing with other courses for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Try and go to your study center and speak to the faculty representative there. Because I can't advise you when it's not my area. That's the thing. So, and also I know the classes are recorded as well, so you may probably be able to watch them. But Ideally, you shouldn't have any clash unless you're taking over, you're carrying over one class from the other one course.
Okay, ma. Thanks.
Joel Akindele, do you have a question?
Yes, ma. Yes, ma. I have a question.
Right.
Yes, ma. I have a question.
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, my question, ma, is this our SDG? Because I'm a student of Southwest Abeokuta Study Center. So the SDG has been released on Wednesday. So my question now is, if we are writing up the business plan, is it compulsory?
I don't. Sorry, somebody is talking now. Hold on, please.
So which one do you want to speak? What do you think is the time?
Peter Ikechukwu, please, can you mute your microphone? A bunch of you are muted. Why now? Sorry, just Joe, hold on.
Okay, ma.
Joe, continue.
Okay, good afternoon, ma. My question is, I'm a student of Southwest Abeokuta Study Center. On Wednesday, they've released the SDG for the Southwest Incubation Center. So my question now is, if we are writing up our business plan, compulsorily, is our business plan, is it meant to be attached to the SDG? Because according to the SDG release, if I'm correct, it is 4 or 5. So our business plan, if we are, ma?
You're saying your business is only one thing you are collecting from the SDG that you're working with, not all of them.
Okay, exactly. Okay.
Choose one, not to kill yourself. No.
Because I felt that was why I asked.
SDGs are a guide to how you construct your business plan or sell your product or service. So how you are going to do it is a guide.
Okay, that's fine. I love that answer.
You're just
That's
choosing
fine.
one aspect under it. Can't do all of them.
All
Thank
right.
you. Not to kill yourself.
Yeah, thank you, ma.
Afolashade, you can unmute your microphone.
Thank you, ma. Good afternoon, ma. My question is that, is there any WhatsApp group for this particular course? And the other question, since you said you are in charge of GST,
Only
I think I started
GST302.
at now 2017, and then I wrote.
Wait. See, Afolashade, wait. See this class. I'm facilitating the class. If you have any issues, send an email.
On GST 302 alone.
GST302.
Is it on GST 302? Okay.
302, I'll answer you. But GST generally, to an extent, I can, but it will be after when we finish the class. Not, you can send an email. My email address is on the portal itself, the e-learn. So you can send me an email too.
All right.
Your name there.
All right. Well, I'll send you an email. Thank you.
Elizabeth, you have a question? You have a question or no?
Yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Good afternoon. I wanted to know about the SDG. I have a plan of opening a fitness center. I don't know if where does this fitness center fall?
Fitness center, ICT now. I remember I mentioned ICT. So it's under it. It's there.
That is information communication technology.
Okay. Yes, it's technology, so it's not what you're offering a service. But have to do with ICT. So yeah, okay. Covered.
Size, gym,
Hussein, do you have a question?
Yes, good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, please, I would like to know somebody who is into buying and selling of phone accessories. like buying from importation from China to Nigeria and selling in OC and or retail price. So is that one as acceptable as
Did you
in
say electronics? Or
phone accessories and computer accessories?
it's part of, well, it should be ICT and should be under your center. Have they released the SDGs for you to see? But I'm sure they should have by now, since Joel has mentioned. So by the time you read
it has been okay.
go through it so that you have an idea that okay.
Computer and phone repair is stated there. So I want to know whether the phone accessory and computer accessory is still under that.
It's not technology. No, it's technology.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
But then remember, they ask you what problem you're solving. So I want to just start that at the back of your mind. Know how you defend the question.
Okay.
You want to sell that. For everybody as well. So have that at the back of your mind. You have certain things. What exactly are you solving? Yeah, no problem. We'll take two more and then we'll just call it a day. How you can unmute. Sorry, I muted you. You say sorry. How what was your question? Grace, you have been unmuting yourself since we started, and I don't know why.
Hello, ma'am.
Grace. Yeah, Hawa, go ahead. I can hear you. Go ahead, please. What's your question?
I said, can someone use an existing business?
You can. So far, it covers under the SDGs. No problem. The ones that were released to you. So that means if you are doing an existing business, you bring sample for us. So if you are submitting an existing business, if it's a product, you bring a sample for us, right? Abby?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes.
So
those samples, are they going to collect those samples, or is going to be released back?
We'll collect it and keep. It helps with your mark. It helps with your mark. Let me tell you. So, but for those that can't, I don't want to discourage everybody and say, see, if you cannot, thank God. Temitope, do you have a question? You can unmute your microphone though. Okay, maybe not. In the absence of anything, as I said, my email is on the portal. If you have questions, you can send me an email. I'll try as much as possible to answer it. So next week, we're going to take is module 1, but unit 1 and 2. Please go over them. Try and read unit 1 and 2. That when we come to the class, it will be easier for everybody to understand. And then it's just a discussion we're having. As I said, next week is Saturday, we're meeting. I just had a prior appointment tomorrow. That's why I moved it today. The recordings will be uploaded as well, so you can watch it. So as I said, it's next week Saturday, we're meeting as usual. Today was just the class, right? So thank you very much.